Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Tuesday morning here on the Gold Coast. I'm at a place called the Spit. Whoops. As you can see, check this out. It's just one of the most awesome places on the planet. It's about 10 o'clock. Just did a photo shoot down the just down the bay a little bit for my new landing page. So I got a video guy, and the weather was perfect, and I thought, well, I'll just utilize that time to get some productive stuff done, because after that I'm gonna have a break and take care of myself. Now, to some people that sounds really selfish. To most people it's non-existent, because what happens is that rather than us taking care of ourselves in the optimal way, we generally put everything else first. Family, relationships, work, clients, the team, the office, and that has a big impact on who we are and how we operate. And when we don't take care of ourselves, we are generally the ones that suffer. And so in our culture, particularly Aussies, this whole idea of self-care is, what's this self-care rubbish? What do you mean take care of yourself? Harden up, Jet. Toughen up. Get with a program. We don't need to take care of ourselves. And unfortunately that model, or the people that live that model, end up breaking. It's like they're flying down a freeway at 1,000 kilometers an hour, and the wheels, it's going too fast. The wheels cannot stand the pressure, and they snap. The axle snaps, the chassis shakes, and it breaks. And it's not until then, and most people don't even then, it's not until then that people go, oh, maybe I've got to make some changes. I know a couple of people just had heart attacks because they're unhealthy, unfit, overweight, not eating right, drinking too much pressure and overwhelm at work. But it's like, I nearly have to die before I'll make some changes, and that's what we're like when it comes to self-care. But I've learned that self-care is probably the most important part of keeping this house effective and efficient, and making sure that it's operating on all valves, that it's this V12 baby is always pumping the best it can. It's always revving the way it should. It's always functioning at its best. And that requires me to be selfish, first and foremost, with my time. And that's the first thing about care, being selfish with your time. Being selfish with where you put your energy, where you put your time, and why you put it there. Because if you're not selfish with your time, then you just become a yes person, and you just give everything you have to everybody, and you exhaust. Your cup becomes empty, and who suffers? You suffer. You suffer. And those of you who are like that, you know what I'm talking about. So for me, it's important to be selfish with my time sometimes. Fortunately, the job I have, I can come down to this beautiful place at 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock and relax and just spend some time out, doing some videos, chilling, breathing, relaxing, because it's important. I've made it important. I'll only be here for about 20 minutes. I've only been here 10 so far. I won't be here very long. I've got stuff to get back to and do, but I make sure every week that I try and be a little bit selfish with my time. And that's important when it comes to self-care. The next thing is creating some boundaries. Saying no. We need to say no more often. Not going to offend anyone. I'm not really going to let anyone down if we say no. We're going to take care of ourselves. we're going to set some boundaries. Boundaries with our time, boundaries with who we hang out with, boundaries with who we listen to, boundaries with where we put our energy. Boundaries are important. Without boundaries, it's just open slather. If you're in sort of a management or leadership role and you don't have a boundaries, people are going to be accessing you all the time. Sometimes you don't have that time to give, but you'll try and make it because you're not being selfish with your time, and you overextend yourself, and then who suffers? You suffer. So boundaries are important when it comes to self-care, because they set the parameter around how you're going to operate in your life, and what works for you and what helps you get to be at your best, versus a overwhelmed, stressed, pressured, overextended, exhausted version of yourself. So, one, being selfish is really important for self-care. Selfish in a good way, don't get me wrong. Selfish in a healthy way. Because if you can't serve yourself, you can't serve others. Simple as that. And two, boundaries are really important. Setting up the boundaries around where you need to say no. And where you need to stand your ground about what you need to do, and where you're going to put your energy. And the last thing is, what type of outlet do you have to release steam, to relax, to let go? Might be going to the movies, it might be going on a beach walk, it might be having a couple of beers. Nothing wrong with that. Some people unwind just having a couple of beers and they don't abuse it. Might be even having a piece of chocolate. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like that, helps them unwind. Might be reading a book, might be having a nap, might be skateboarding like I do sometimes, down the Esplanade at Surfers Paradise. Might be riding bikes, might be going to the gym, might be some art, might be some craft, might be listening to music. What's your outlet? You need an outlet, because if you haven't got an outlet, you'll always be stuck in go, 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 go. And that model's not effective, because you burn out. You burn out because you're not giving yourself self-care. You see, think of yourself as an F1 Ferrari. Those things are taken care of. They're special machines that are looked after at the highest level. You're a Ferrari. You're special. You're important. You've got to treat yourself like that. Understand that if you're not at your best, then you're not giving your best. And if your intention is to give your best, then you want to be at your best. It makes sense. But an outlet's important. Might be a boat. Check these guys out. How good's that? You might like to go drive it in your car on Sundays. Playing soccer maybe. I don't know. I just know you need an outlet. So when you do that outlet, it releases these beautiful feel-good chemicals that help you recover, they help you reconnect, they help you reset, they help you recharge, they help you refocus. And that's important when it comes to self-care. We're going to talk a little bit about self-care. We're not going to talk a little bit, we're going to talk a lot more about self-care. Because when it comes to mental health, wellness and well-being in our life, self-care is at the forefront of good mental health. Check his label. How good is that? Peaceful. Self-care, though, is at the forefront of us being at our best. So be selfish with your time in a good way. Create strong boundaries and don't cross them, and don't let other people cross them. And have an outlet. It might be Netflix. Nothing like a good binge on Netflix. It's a good outlet. But have one. And put it into your diary, put it into your lifestyle, put it into your routine. Make sure you do it, whatever that is for you. So those three things I want you to focus on this week. Yep. I want you to make self-care an important part of your life. An important part of your wellness, well-being and mental health practices. You know, you can't lead others if you can't lead yourself. You can't be there for others if you can't be there for yourself. You can't be a great mum to your kids if you're not a great person for yourself. I think you get it, yeah? I think you get it. I don't need to go on about it. But it's important. So have a good day. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. And love life. It's the only thing you get in this world anyway that's has the level of importance that we need to treat it with the utmost respect. As always, any questions, just hit me up, let me know. Any feedback, I'd love to see how you do self-care to yourself, what your routine is, how you look after you, and share it with others as well. Alright guys, cheers.